Hello, everybody. This is Nancy with Rise Higher Astrology, and today I'm discussing a very unique astrological pattern, which will be in formation on Saturday, July 29th. When the transiting moon reaches 29 degrees of Sagittarius, it will be forming a beautiful kite pattern with Venus at 27 degrees of Leo, which is in retrograde, of course, and the North Node of Destiny at 29 degrees of Aries. Now, this of course creates a grand fire trine at its base. The placement that makes this a kite shape will be the South Node at 29 degrees of Libra. Kite patterns in astrology are considered to be opportunities for success, but only if you know how to work its energy, how to release its power. For the native, it's a rare pattern to have in the birth chart. We only see maybe 5% of the people I see will have this pattern in their birth chart. Now, for the collective, for the world, kite patterns can be more ominous, and they often foretell of something bad coming our way, especially if Mars or Pluto are involved in the kite pattern. A kite showed up before the Oklahoma City bombing attack back in the early 1990s. And then there was one prior to the 9/11 World Trade Center attacks. There was another kite before the start of World War I. And now this kite pattern does not include any of the malefic planets, so that is definitely a relief. So let's talk about kites for a moment. The kites are fun when you get them off the ground, and they do require some work. They require a lot of running and maneuvering, and to fly high, you have to be willing to release a good bit of the twine that keeps it earthbound. So in this particular pattern, what has to be released in order to make this kite fly high and become a success? So the release point in a kite pattern is always going to be the planet or placement that makes the opposition to one of the placements in the grand trine. And that point in this chart is the South Node in Libra. So to bring in some growth, some abundance, and some success, the pattern is asking you to look at your Libra part of your chart to where the South Node is located. So the North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra theme is the me versus we. And the South Node is about letting go of codependent behaviors and moving towards independence. It's also about not seeking the approval or validation from those around you. So if you are Libra rising, this is going to be about releasing something or modifying something in your first house of self. So how could this manifest? Well, it might be that you always wanted to wear your hair a certain way or dress in a certain way, but you were too afraid to express yourself in a different way. It could also be letting go of a codependent relationship. If Libra is your second house, this is going to be affecting your house of income, how you make your money or how you spend your money, what you value. And it could also influence your general opinion about money or income. If Libra is your third house, this is going to affect how you learn, how you communicate with others, how you're understood, your thinking. It could also be about something that has to do with your siblings or automobiles. If Libra is your fourth house, this has to do with letting go or modifying something that has to do with your family or the place where you grew up or the place where you live now. Fifth house is the house of creativity, it's romance, it's self-expression, and it's also the house of children, especially the firstborn. So you are being asked to change or modify or let go of something in this region of your life. Sixth house has to do with your health and wellness. It's also your routines and habits, your workspace, as well as the people you work with. Seventh house is the house of marriage, contracts, and relationships. So look to let go of something or maybe someone in this area of your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be the ending to a relationship. This could be a modification to a relationship. The eighth house is about everything behind closed doors: sex, death, investments, and mortgages, any shared resources. The ninth house is all about your philosophy. It can be about long-term travel. It can also be about foreign affairs. The 10th house is about career and public image. And this is a big one. So it's time for you to do some soul searching. It could be time for you to switch your occupation to something that benefits you for a change. The 11th house is going to be about your friendships, your social groups, the collective, volunteer time. Look at how you are managing your time. Do you want to make some changes in this area? The 12th house is spiritual, but it's also the house of hospitals, prisons, and the subconscious mind. And it's the house of your own undoings, meaning addictions. What do you want to give up? Are there any kind of addictions that you know you should be releasing at this time? It doesn't necessarily have to be drugs or alcohol. This could be addiction to specific behaviors, specific responses from certain people. It could be an addiction to a person. Okay. So with this pattern, really do some soul searching, strive to release what is no longer useful to you, and be aware that not everyone in your life is going to be on board with this. Not everyone is going to be supportive of you changing the status quo. And you know what? That's okay. All right. So I will talk to you next time here on the channel. I will be posting the August forecast for all rising signs, beginning with Leo. Happy birthday, Leo. August is going to be a huge month. So take care. Talk to you soon.